My name is Bob Burke. I'm the founder and president of Ladder Up. Ladder Up is a Chicago-based nonprofit that uses exclusively volunteers to do taxes for the working poor as well as financial literacy services. Our volunteers are here to serve the families that are sitting in front of them. And there's dignity in service, and I think what's really neat is we have a lot of high-powered volunteers with fancy resumes and fancy education, and they're saying, how can I help you? What can I do to make a difference? We want to be the Goldman Sachs for the working poor. What that means is recruit the best and the brightest to help those most in need, and we define those most in need as the working poor. That's why we recruit the best volunteers, that's why we train them, that's why we constantly try and produce more results, which means more money into the pockets of the working poor. Over the last 17 years, I've missed, I think, 7 Saturdays, and that's been living in Boston, Chicago, New York. I made it part of my life. I've always made a commitment to do something to its end, and it's a commitment to serve someone, and I think it's an obligation that we all have to do our part. I grew up in a regular working class family in Chicago and always thought it was neat to help out somebody else, because when you give, you usually get something back, whether it's just personal fulfillment or the happiness of seeing someone else succeed or give a helping hand. I've worked in some really challenging places. I've worked at Arthur Andersen, I've worked at Goldman Sachs, I've gone to Harvard Business School, but what I've learned on the streets of Chicago doing Ladder Up has been far more educational and helpful than any educational or professional work experience I've ever had. And the reason being is, in a nonprofit, you have to learn how to motivate people without material incentive. You have to learn how to serve the working poor. You have to do it in a just, humane, and dignified fashion. And it's tough work. You have a limited budget, you have limited time, and the need is so great. And that's what I like about Ladder Up. That's what I like about the volunteer component of it. That's what I like about the client service. We're here to make a difference, and we got to get it done.